Perfect. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of a Thinking Boy podcast. I'm your host, Cesar Perez, with a very special guest today, Santino, Uncle Tino.
Yep.
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
My first question was literally going to be, where did the name come from? And then I read the article and they mentioned you're like Santino.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I figured there's where the name came from.
Yeah. Just a little shorty.
Oh yeah, dude.
Little nickname.
That's awesome. I wrote down some questions because this is strange for me, bro. Because like my first two guests I've known for a minute. So like you're the first guest that I haven't really, like I met you like once.
Yeah.
I think I met you like twice actually. I know I shot photos for you once, and then I think I went to a show that you like performed at.
But who's counting, right?
I'm not counting.
Who's counting? Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
It's all good. No, so Uncle Tino came from. I was actually under another stage name.
Were you?
It was awful.
What was it?
It was MC I Can Rhyme.
MC I Can Rhyme.
Yes.
That's not too bad. Bro.
But it's terrible for marketing, as far as like branding is.
Yeah.
Especially because I spelled it really dumb, like incorrectly, and I had like this ongoing joke because it was CKAN and then RYME, and I would always be like, oh yeah, the C is silent, not the C, the K is silent, and everyone's like, haha. And I'm like, haha, yeah,
I can rhyme.
You got it. And then I went under that for way too long. But then, and I rebranded 4 years ago to Uncle Tino just because I kind of always felt, Uncle
I like
vibes.
Uncle Tino,
yeah,
bro.
It works.
I think it works for sure.
Yeah.
I was going to say, mentioning earlier, you did a show. It was you, Dende, and Talene were performing. And then Niggy had invited me over, and I went with Brittany, my friend Paul. And that's kind of how we first started interacting. I took some photos of you, everyone else who performed that night. And it was a really good show. I'll be honest with you. I had a really good time at the show.
That was a fun show. It was hot as hell, but I remember that. It was so damn hot, but it was
really hot.
It was a vibe for sure.
That. It was really hot, yeah.
It was hot. It was stuffed up. Like everybody was packed, which was honestly really cool. Like
that's pretty cool, yeah.
I don't know if I'd rather us be sweating together or like freezing cold, but honestly, just like seeing everybody, especially that was like right around the time when shows were happening again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I had a blast. It was hot as fuck, but I had a great time.
Hot as fuck. Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah, it had to be like what, like early 2021 or like mid. Maybe
it was like the summer. The
summer of 2021. That explains the heat. But it was hot. It was at Cool Heads Prevail. Shout out to Cool Heads Prevail. The record shop, really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how kind of we first started interacting. Followed each other on social media. And yeah, man, I'm so glad you've been showing like a lot of love to the pod. And like I said, when you got here, it's amazing that you like decided to pull up. Especially like this is my third episode. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, crazy. Of course.
It was awesome, man.
We all start somewhere.
It is true.
You just got to keep going, and I'm glad that you brought me on and
hell yeah,
get to talk a little bit.
A little Houston networking going on, bro.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier you've known Brittany for a minute. Brittany's a friend of, well, she's like Fernando's like girlfriend, or wifey, I guess. And you guys known each other for a minute.
Since kindergarten.
A long time.
A long time.
It's a long time, bro.
It's crazy. And then I never saw her again until way later. And then I was like, what the hell? Like, yo.
It is weird, huh? That's crazy how everything like...
Full circle.
Got a little tattoo circles.
I like that.
Thanks.
Is that
Mac Miller?
I was going to say, is that a Mac Miller tattoo?
Yeah.
I like that.
You see the guy swimming?
I was going to say it. He's swimming. Oh, I love that. I'm going to cry now.
Oh, man. A lot of people don't get it, bro. I forget that. Honestly, I forget that I have it. So when I wear shirts, I'm kind of like, oh shit. But yeah, some dude designed it online, and I was looking at Mac Miller's Reddit, and I was like, god damn, it's a pretty cool tattoo. And I got it and texted to him. It was so weird, bro, because like it was just strange sending him like, yo, I bet you for him it was a trip because like someone has this art tatted on him. It was so weird, and he like reposted and she was real hyped about it. I was like, hell yeah, dude.
One time I got a tattoo on my thigh of a Bart Simpson of this one pop artist in Chicago. And I was like, hey dude, like I got scared. I thought he was gonna get mad at me. Like I stole his art or something, but he was stoked. And then cause it's like a Bart Simpson, but the eyes are like the crooked eyes, like from the skate brand.
Okay.
And then I tagged him, and then he posted it, and then he tagged Crooked, and then Crooked sent me stickers, and I was like, cool.
Bro, that's awesome.
I was like, I'm trash at skating, but fuck yeah.
What you said there, having the fear of like stealing the art,
yeah,
that was totally going through my mind as well. I was like, dude, I don't want to message him, and then he's just like doesn't take it the right way.
Yeah.
Because even when I repost it, every once in a while, people are just like, yo, that's my art. Don't
Why
be
did
doing
you,
that.
Yeah, some people can,
and I'm just like,
understandably
I'm so
so.
Sorry.
It's like, oops. It's like, now it's on my body forever. What do you want me to do?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's there. I'm not going to get it covered up.
Sick.
I was going to ask you, how did you get into music? I read the article. Shout out to Billboard. They did an awesome article on you. It was really, really good. I'll go ahead and link it in the description. If you're on SoundCloud, it'll be in the description as well. Really cool article. I was reading earlier. And you mentioned like Missy Elliott as like being one of your kind of like, when you were growing up, kind of one of your inspirations. Who else did you listen to? And what made you decide like, I'm going to keep at this?
I've listened to a lot of stuff, of course. I mean, you listen to what your parents listen to. My dad listened to a lot of classic rock and a shitload of funk and, like Michael Jackson. I grew up mainly at my grandma's house, being around a lot of times my aunt and uncle, they were twins, so they were the same age, but they were also like...
That's a trip.
They were 19 when I was born. So as I got older, they were like in their early and mid 20s, and I would listen to whatever, they would listen to. So that was a lot of like alt rock and nu metal.
Okay.
A lot of like, of course, Houston hip hop and just underground hip hop that was popular at the time. Of course, like Jay-Z, Wu-Tang.
Hell yeah, dude.
Funny enough, like Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, hey,
Nine Inch Nails.
Tracks, bro.
Fred Durst.
Bro.
And like Deftones, Incubus.
I've never gotten into
Bush.
Deftones. I need to listen to them, bro.
I got them tatted on my neck.
Oh shit.
Big fan. They were
here a couple.
I know.
Weeks ago.
I missed it.
Damn.
That was a very, very sold out show.
Yeah. I wanted to see Omar Apollo, and his shit was sold out like bad, bro. It was super packed.
I got to see Krongman when they came too, but I was kind of bummed out because Chaz from Torrey Mall was sick, so he was back in the Bay.
Damn.
But Krongman put on a hell of a show.
They do. I saw him in Austin.
They did great.
At Stubbs, I think like last year. Bro, I thought I was gonna pass out because it was like my first major show like since like COVID. I don't know what it was. Me and Brittany both felt like fucked up. We were just in line. We got a good spot. We were just chilling. They were about to perform, and literally as soon as they started playing, I was just like, yo, I feel fucked up.
That's weird.
I don't feel good. And I was just like, yo, what is happening right now? And like, I didn't feel lightheaded or anything. I just felt like woozy almost. I felt woozy, and Brittany said she felt the same way. So I went to the restroom, threw water in my face, kind of like chilled, watched the show from like the back. And I felt a lot better. After a while, I was just kind of like able to enjoy the show. But Brittany was like about to pass out and like stumbling and shit. Fern had to like catch her because she just felt fucked up. I don't know if it was the heat or what. I was off that day, so like I ate decent. Like I didn't eat like shitty or anything. I didn't eat like no. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't eat that much, but like it wasn't like I was like dehydrated or anything.
Right.
It was weird, man. Super strange.
That's always unfortunate when things like that happen. It's like you're like really looking forward to something, and then boom, you just don't fucking feel good.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. But going back to what you were saying, the shit you were listening to growing up, you mentioned Limp Bizkit. I was gonna say, me and my cousin are huge pro wrestling fans, like to the WWE and shit and everything like that.
Were you?
Yeah, man, and like they would always bump out the like Limp Bizkit, and like not gonna lie, got me pretty hyped. Like listening to the songs, they got some songs, bro.
Yeah,
they got a couple songs. Some of their shit is like, oh, you know who? I'm confusing them with them as well, but I'm confusing with Kid Rock.
Oh shit! I mean, same shit, different
same
smell.
Kind of thing, right?
Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Basically, I went to WrestleMania 25 and Kid Rock performed.
Oh,
That's funny that you said Kid Rock fucking played. That's so funny, and everyone's like, "Fucking Kid Rock, man!"
Yeah, I imagine people were really into him. It's such a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. Bro, Kid Rock is strange. Kid Rock's a strange guy, bro. If you like really look at him, even some of his songs, I'm like, I don't know how these were radio hits, but
it's interesting. He finessed it somehow.
Somehow. Because didn't he do Kid like a cover of like a Lynyrd Skynyrd song?
He did like a remix. It was a remix to Sweet Home Alabama.
That's what I'm saying. I was just like, I remember
drinking whiskey out the bottle. Not thinking back tomorrow. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long.
That's an anthem right there. Like Alabama.
Yeah, like.
Dude,
no hate.
No hate Kid Rock. Shout out to Kid Rock. Kid Rock, though. Like, you look at some of his songs, like, Bow with the Ball, the Bang, the Bang. Like, that one is just like. Oh my God. I remember for a while. During the pandemic, I would just play that shit to, like, annoy my friends. Mm-hmm. They mentioned it on some show I was listening to. And I was like, this is a bad song. This song isn't good. It's not good. But, like, it just builds and builds. He's just saying, bow with the, what I don't know what the fuck that means. Bow with the ball, bang the bang, biggie biggie. I was like, that needs to be the intro to this episode.
Bro,
it's like full blast.
That needs to be the intro to this episode for sure.
I think that's all he said. Does he rap?
Imagine that on, like, a fucking, like I don't fucking know. That needs to be, like...
It's like a little montage, a little AMV. That's some like
play that like on like a 10-hour loop.
A 10-hour loop. Fuck.
I bet we can find it.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure I could send it to you too. I'll be like, look.
Kid Rock is like super like white boy. That's some white boy shit, man. Honestly, that's some like I don't know. It gets me hyped though. It gets me hyped.
A lot of music of the Caucasian persuasion.
The caucasity.
Can get you pretty hype.
It does, shit. I fuck with heavy metal and thrash metal, all that shit.
Oh hell yeah.
Although it was strange, I mentioned it last week, talking to Fern. It was kind of like, and Nikki, that like, I would feel like not ashamed to listen to that kind of music, but it would just be so like I would listen to it in private. Like I would listen to like my rock and music like in private or like only with headphones because like my family, like you said, they only love like Spanish music.
And, metals from the devil. That's the devil's music.
Yeah, and like my cousins were just like all into rap, like Southern hip hop, and like you said, a bunch of Houston rappers. So it was just weird for me. I'm like, man, like when I got into the Beatles, I'm just like, no, this is so weird. I can't play this out loud. Yeah, I'm just like, I can't play this out loud.
What the fuck is Yellow Submarine? What does that mean, bro?
What does that mean, bro? That don't bump. You know what I mean? That don't bump.
The shit here does not.
Or like
bump.
Pink Floyd. I remember discovering Pink Floyd and being like, this is like next level shit right here. This is like some other shit. And then you watch some of their like the like visuals to their music. Like at Live at Pompeii or like The Wall or like Dark Side of the Moon, you're just like, what the fuck is this? This is like scary shit. I'd be like an 8-year-old, be like, what the fuck? I remember seeing like the VHS, not even a VHS, it was like a DVD, but like a double DVD of The Wall by Pink Floyd. And like popping it in and being like, boy, it's some devil shit. Like, what is this going on? Like, what's happening right now?
They're on some shit, man.
They were on some shit.
They were on some legal and illegal shit.
Definitely.
Some regulated and not regulated.
Not regulated.
Government administered shit.
For sure, bro.
Crazy shit.
I mean...
It was the 70s.
Dude.
I say it like I've been there. Well, that was the 70s, and the 70s are gone.
So, in preparation for this interview, I was listening to your album.
Oh, thank you.
Colorful.
Thank you.
I was listening to it today at work, and yesterday as well when I was running. And I know it's obviously a play on the words, but the color theme in some of the songs, blue, green. But green, by the way, bro, green, that's my shit.
It's a great song.
Green is my shit.
I love that song.
I love the way you come in with the money, money, money. It's so fucking smooth, bro. And I'm like, this shit. That's the first song that I heard. I was like, all right, I like this fucking guy. Because live, live could be different than like on, I won't say wax, but like on audio, So I was just like, dude, that is a fucking banger of a song. I love that shit. Chorus is good. Then the way you come in, I was like, damn, shit's so smooth.
Thank you. That was like my favorite song.
I'm telling you, that shit is good as fuck, bro.
It was the second song we made. And I think after my best friend and producer Andrew sent it to me, that's when I decided. I was like, let's just do the rest of the fucking Rainbow.
Right.
Like, why not? Why not? Blue was the beginning.
Okay.
Blue was the first one, and you can kind of tell, like, even in the album, you can note on the progression as far, like, vocally and instrumentally and stuff like that. And Blue is definitely the first one.
Because I saw, at least on Apple, you have another project, but I didn't listen to that one, to be fair. I've only heard the Colorful, and I really, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that first project is when I released under MC Eichenreiter.
Okay.
And that's damn near fucking 7 years old now. What's
I saw the date.
2020? Yeah, probably about like 7 or 6 years old now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like it was well after, a little after that project, we started conceptualizing Colorful. Okay. Probably a few months after that.
Damn, really?
Yes.
So that was like years of work then. Bro.
Yeah. It was literally like years of like me just like trying to be like financially okay to make sure that I can get this album curated and mixed and mastered the way that I want it to properly, without I don't know, just wanting to bring quality product, like a lot of
I feel you on that,
a lot of literal like work. And of course, you know, music work and writing it and having time, like fuck, like I'm just not meant for this, you know, like things like that most artists go through. But I mean, we were able to get it out and push it, and I'm still pushing it, honestly, and still performing it. And you know, I'm still like working on music here and there behind the scenes.
You have a visual coming out, no, for Blue?
I do.
Like yeah.
I do.
That shit, I don't know when it's gonna drop, but
May.
Sometime in May. Sometime in May.
I mean, fuck, it might already be out by the time this episode is.
It could be. It's coming Friday. So, although to be honest with you, Tino, I'm gonna call you Tino.
Yeah, it's fine.
To be honest with you,
Uncle Tino's a lot of syllables.
The first time I did it with Nikki, when we recorded the episode, I was like such a novice at the editing shit, and now I've been fucking around with it more, using Premiere and shit. And the one I did with Fern, I edited that shit like the same day, like we recorded, which is late as fuck. But I don't know, I might release it early. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know.
You should.
I should. I'm recording, or this is the earliest I've ever recorded a show. Usually it's like later on.
Oh, like at night?
Yeah, usually. That's not intentional.
You mean at night?
Yeah, it's not intentional at all. But yeah, usually it's dark out. Yeah, but I might release it early. I don't know.
Hey man, that's up to you. That's.
I would like it to, like, if that could like coincide with the song, would be fucking awesome.
I mean,
hey,
we'll let the viewers find out.
What the viewers figure.
We'll let them find out.
Yeah,
Gonna let them find out. You come time, you don't never know.
Never know.
You don't have to bone the on bang diggy. The diggy.
The bang. It's fucked up. I'm still not used to hearing myself while I record. God damn.
Oh, so do you sound goofy to yourself?
I hate it.
I hate it. You get over it.
I hate it. Yeah, the first episode, like fucking around with it,
You're just like, ugh.
I hate it.
Petrified at the sound of your own timber.
I like that. I like the timber. I've like noticed more people use the word timber.
Timber.
That's just smooth. But yeah, listening to it, I was just like, I hate my voice. I feel like I sound cooler, like in my head for sure. I think that's with everyone, no? I feel like everyone is kind of like,
absolutely
sound better in our heads.
Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up and like just like watching like old home videos, and then just like hearing myself. I'm like, ugh, like please, like I'm like, please mute it, like turn it off, and no.
Are you when the worst is when you hear your voice at a show from like your friend's camera?
Oh god, no, that's still kind of embarrassing. Or like if you're recording and then like you're singing along and then you like play it back, you like try to show somebody and you're over there like hype as fuck and you're just and like
you hear it and you're like, oh.
They're like, oh, so you were having fun at the show? I was like, yes, I was. Just ignore it, please.
Yeah,
like,
please.
it was a good time.
I've gotten compliments on my voice though. A couple people have said, "Yo, your
voice you got a great voice."
Decent. Thank you.
You got a great voice.
Thank you.
I think everybody has a great voice.
That's true.
Yeah.
I haven't met too many bad voices.
Me neither. I think voices are dope.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, sorry, I've got this giant ass.
Go ahead, take a
fucking jug of water.
I wish I had a straw, bro. If I just give you like a giant straw.
Just like a basketball.
That is healthy.
I was like, where'd it go? There you go. Yeah. Sustainable.
I was gonna mention. You mentioned earlier about making sure to put out a quality product. Mm-hmm. And how hard that could be. Mm-hmm. I know your struggle is pay for multiple editing softwares and shit like that. It gets expensive. This artistry thing gets pretty expensive.
It really do.
Like, if you want quality shit, it gets pretty expensive.
It really does.
I was gonna leave it towards the end, but I would love to get into it now. Of how do you balance that? Because even for me, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like these automatic payments with the software that I use. Honestly, I should get the yearly, but it's a little pricey.
So I mean, currently the things that I pay for, I don't pay for Ableton yet. I still have a few. I have a few more days left on the trial before I gotta cop that bitch. But
that's editing software.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a production software.
Okay.
And excuse me, for a while, and I still have it. You know, it's on my hard drive, and I use it on my old Mac, but they're both obsolete, so I can't update it or anything. And because they're just not cracked, but I grabbed them from somebody else. So I didn't get it from the internet. I don't trust the internet. I've gotten bugs from trying to torrent things. But
yeah.
And then I get in trouble, and then because I would torrent things like on the home computer, like before I had my own computer, and I'm like,
shit.
Fuck.
I remember those days of
like,
LimeWire. You remember LimeWire?
Yes.
LimeWire, mm-hmm. MP3 Rocket.
MP3 Rocket. Sites, yeah. But I definitely pay for like a website, which I need to update. And I pay for the DistroKid, a Big Cartel for merch.
Okay.
Now I pay for this thing called StagePlot type of thing or whatever, but it's basically so that I can send venues what I need as far as like technicalities and stuff. So like I'm gonna have 2 guitars, a drum set, of this and that, like, and this is what it looks like on stage. So that that way they can like prepare all the outlets and the
smart shit,
the DIs and stuff like that. And something else, but I mean it does get expensive for sure. And
that along with gas is expensive and other expenses, you know.
I was just thinking about this yesterday. I'm gonna start taking the fucking bus again. This shit is getting crazy.
It's getting crazy.
It is getting crazy. And then there's also things that I, have to keep up with. Like if I wanted a new mic, which I do need to get soon, I'm just kind of like skeptical because I'm always like, okay, what if something happens? And I need to stop. I need to not do that. But I definitely would like a new mic so I could at least just record at home and kick them out to engineers and stuff like that whenever it comes like down to actually mixing and mastering, which is something that I don't do yet, just because I would like to one day be able to do all of that just so that it be easier and then I can hear what I want to hear and stuff like that.
When you want to hear it,
for sure. That's definitely a work in progress, but also studio time, you got to pay for that. And there are times that I don't have to pay for the studio, and there are times where I really gotta pay for the studio. So
yeah, you, man. It's a struggle.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a struggle. I think it's a struggle more so to keep up with it, but like I try to like just remind myself like, hey, it's gonna be worth it. Like, and just keep doing what you gotta do and let opportunities come to you and fall into place.
You have the right mindset, man. Because to be honest with you, it took me forever to start this. Like, I've been wanting to do this forever, bro. I've always like been into podcasts since like 2011, like early shit. I was listening to like Ricky Gervais because he was the first like podcaster I knew. Kevin Smith, who's like a movie director, he's another one.
He's dope.
He's dope as fuck, and he has like a whole litany of podcasts. So I've always been into him. Joe Rogan, I've been into his shit back in the day. I remember it's crazy seeing how much he's blown up now because I've known him from like Fear Factor in the UFC.
He looks like a completely different person now too.
He's bald.
He's bald,
man.
He's pretty bald.
Bald guy. I can't pull up the bald look, Tino. I can't. I gotta.
You just gotta believe.
Oh, bro, I could.
You just gotta believe.
I'd rather be like a full head of like gray hair than like bald,
That's bold. I respect that.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know if I could do gray hair yet.
No?
Maybe not yet.
I mean, you got a lot of
it's
colors.
red. Yeah. I don't know. Gray, like salt and pepper. I'm gonna have to wait.
Would you be like a just for men kind of guy? Just so like
the comb,
the little comb,
the little comb,
little comb and shit. It's so bullshit, bro.
I don't know. I would rather be bald.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. I've been bald before.
Really?
Yeah, it's lit.
Like bald, but I'm talking skin bald.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's interesting. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do like facial hair at all, or would you just do like?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, facial hair is cool.
Like, I look beard. My beard's kind of shitty. If I could grow like an actual beard and shave it, I think that's the look. You know, that's kind of like the look everyone, the Walter White kind of shit going on. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's doable. But just me bald right now, Jesus Christ, nah, I can't do that, bro. That'd be fucking horrific.
Bald is cool.
My hair is a moneymaker, Tino. Let's be real about it.
I feel you. I understand. I know 100%. I respect that. I respect you and your hair.
But yeah, I mean,
and your money.
Exactly. Back to the money.
And how you make it, which is your hair.
Yes, dude. I was just like, fuck. I don't know. I don't have like enough mics. And eventually, my brother was just like, yo, I'll let you borrow the mics. Shout out to Nick, my blood brother. He like was told like, I'll give you a mic, and then I needed one for a guest. And then, like, I said I was going to get one by a certain date. And then it was the date. And I was like, dude, I don't have enough money to get a mic. And he's just like, well, I have another mic. Take it. And I'm like, bet. So, like, from there, I've just been going in. And now I'm just kind of like, fuck, I wish I did this, like, so much longer. I'm like, I'm having so much fun editing it, sharing it, fucking around. Because I've been, like, I have a YouTube channel since, like, 2010, bro. It's a long time. It was, like, 12 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, what, that's 8 years ago? But it's like, that's...
It's not.
That's where my brain's at. Yeah. Jesus.
It's a long time. So I'm just
that is a long ass time.
Also, Twitter. I don't remember making a Twitter account that old, but I have one for like, I'm pretty sure it's like 2010 or 2011, but it's been a while. I'm just like, why the fuck? Why the fuck would it like? I don't even know how old I was. I had to be like, fuck, 12.
I was 13.
I'm 25 now.
25.
So in 2010, I was -7. So I was like,
it's a lot of
I'm
math
terrible at math.
It's a lot of math. Let's see. I was born in 95, 2005. That's 10. I was 15 in 2010.
Oh. So you're what? You're 2 years.
I'm 27 right now.
You're 27?
Yeah.
You were 15 in
10, yeah. I was
2010? 15, so I ought to be 13. 13-year-old Caesar.
13.
I was 13-year-olds making on the internets, fucking around.
I used to join Twitter, I think, in 2012. And 2 years ago, I actually deactivated my account.
What?
Because I was like, fuck Twitter, man.
Twitter's pretty bad.
I was like, fuck, this place is very toxic. I want to release. I was like on like a spiritual cleanse. And then I remember trying to log back in. And it was like, you can't. Fuck. This account doesn't exist. And I was like, fuck do you mean? And I had like almost 4,000 followers.
Damn.
Almost. But I was like, this is a word. What do you mean? Like, it doesn't exist? Like, and then I looked it up, and after 30 days, it deletes your account if it's deactivated too long.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But I was like, I was like counting back, and I was like, no, this got to be some mistake, because like, then I had to start from scratch. So that's kind of been a common theme for me, though, having to start from scratch like that. For other things, when I rebranded, I had to start from scratch.
When did you? Sometimes you need a new coat of paint.
It happens.
You need a new coat of paint, you know.
You know, you gotta see the glass half full. You know.
I'm sure your username wasn't Uncle Tino. You got the Uncle Tino now.
It was.
Oh, it was. Fuck.
It was.
God damn it.
It was. It was. For a really, really, really long time, it was _ kicking babies. But that was You're good. That was a joke. Like, it was out of context joke. Because one time I was at the mall and I was with my sister and I saw someone just like holding a baby, and the baby was just like all stupid kicking, and I was like, I love kicking babies. And my sister's like, did you just hear what you just said? And I was like,
Kicking babies doesn't sound like a bad name for anything, to be honest with you, bro.
And I was like, oh, like it took me a minute to get it because I didn't mean it in a harmful, violent way. Mm. I meant it like cute little babies doing the stupid kick thing they do.
It's funny though.
So I was like, oh, whoops. And then I changed it to Uncle Tino, or really Uncle Tino, and and then it got deleted and I had to start it all over again. So that was cool.
That's some tragic shit right there, bro. I'm sorry that happened to you.
My digital footprint was wiped.
Oof.
And I had to restart.
What's your like early memory of the internet? For me, it would be like 2007, late 2007, early 2008, I think. Actually, 2006. Shit, I can't remember. My cousin had a computer and we'd go over like to use it. And it was a fucking trip, honestly, seeing everything. Especially back then, it was like the Wild Wild West.
My earliest memory of the internet is definitely, maybe not like search engines and stuff. I just like, we had a home computer and we would have like games, like those discs, like Reader Rabbit and shit like that. So that would like, we were like, oh, okay, this teaches you how to read. And then I remember when YouTube came out, my sister found out about it. I'm the youngest of three.
Okay.
And she was like, oh yeah, you just go here and you type in, you can watch anything. You know, it's like, it's nice. And I remember that's when YouTube was only up to like 2 or 5 minute videos. Anything beyond that was like, you weren't allowed to upload anything longer than like 5 or 2 minutes.
Oh, shit.
And then, now, there's things that go on for hours and hours and hours. Just like crazy.
Days, literally
yeah, no
days.
Shit. Live streams, you know what I mean? And, or even as short as you want. And then we were like, oh my God. And then we're like, look up that one part from Ed, Edd n Eddy. And we would like try to Google like the most specific, or not Google, YouTube, the most like specific things. And I'm like, like it's not there.
Fuck.
And,
what a bummer.
Yeah. And then of course, like all like the Flash game websites. Those are pretty gnarly.
You know what's fun? I don't even remember because I love Flash games. Hell yeah.
A lot of weird shit.
A lot of weird shit on those games. A lot of weird ads as well.
A lot of weird ads. Crazy. Very crazy.
Oof. But I remember like I think I had when I got to YouTube, or when I started seeing YouTube, it was all like about movies, bro. It was movies and like fucked up videos, to be honest with you. That's really what they had on there. It was like a lot of like full, like Friday, the full movie. I'm like, damn, I ain't getting sued for this shit. Or like, what's going on? But for a while they weren't. For a while it was just like everything was on there. YouTube was like a free for all, like nudity, everything was on there.
That's very true.
I feel like it changed around like 2010, maybe 2009, 10ish. Shit kind of got more like, all right, we're gonna look kind of.
And then here came Tumblr.
Oh, I was never really big into Tumblr.
I was pretty big into Tumblr.
I had an account,
Tumblr
but I would never really use it that much. A lot of porn on there.
Tons of porn on
it's a bunch
Tumblr.
Of porn on there, bro.
There was a lot of porn on Tumblr. I would follow people, and like they would see them. I would see porn, all. Right? They would see them. They would repost porn, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like it came out of nowhere.
Crazy.
It came out of nowhere.
I feel like Reddit's like that a little bit. I'm
actually not huge on Reddit. I tried to get into Reddit, and then like my brain just like couldn't compute to it, and I was just like, "This is a lot from my little monkey brain to take in."
I forget that I have it. To be fair, like I have it on my phone. I'll get notifications randomly of threads that I'm not even in. I'm like, why the fuck would you notify me about this?
I think that's it. It's just like there's just like threads, and then like sometimes you jump in and you're just like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know. Maybe it's just like going from
also
like,
the layout. The layout isn't like, it's.
The layout's like if you're like used to typing code.
Yeah, the layout's more like some computer shit. I feel like it looks better on a computer than like on your phone.
Yeah, I think that might have been the issue. Is that like I tried to do Reddit on my phone one time, and I was like, this is hard.
Yeah. At first, it is like.
I think I have a test due today. Let me get off.
I was dude. I remember like making a MySpace, or my cousin making me a MySpace, and like not even like fucking 6 months later, everyone would like move to Facebook, and I was like the only one on MySpace. So I was bummed. I
had a MySpace for maybe like 2 years before Facebook got bigger, and I felt like such a traitor.
Yeah,
I was like, man, like
I loved MySpace. Although when they changed it again, when they changed the interface, it looked kind of like, when it was like all gray and shit. Yeah, it looks kind of like the creativity kind of like got sucked out of it. I didn't like that. That's why I was just like, whoa, this looks just like Facebook. Let me just go to Facebook.
True.
Right?
Yeah, and then everybody was on Facebook saying it was way better. And I was in high school.
Like, you need a Facebook. I'm like, what?
What you mean?
I love embedding videos to my page.
Like, can I play music off my profile on Facebook?
No, you can't.
No.
And now, bro, I hate Facebook. It's like
I can't stand. I don't use Facebook at all.
It's my least one that I go to. Like,
I do not prefer Facebook.
I don't even post on there. I don't even post my photos anymore.
I don't even know why I have a Facebook.
Mine's for like family, but even then I'm like, you guys have me on Instagram. It's the same kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, or it's like, reach out to me directly.
Or text me, yeah, exactly. I mean, what the fuck?
I don't know. You know,
if you want pictures from me, you know.
Facebook, schmishbook.
Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, bro, he's gonna come after us.
Let's not talk about that here.
We love Facebook.
You never know.
We're huge fans of Facebook.
Massive.
Oof.
I'm dying for that. Moving on.
I wanted to ask you about some of the artists nowadays that you jam to. Some artists that like you maybe draw not inspiration from, but like who do you jamming to, bro? What kind of music are you jamming to right now?
I've been listening to things all over. I really like to listen to like a lot of old stuff. I still like a lot of like oldies and a lot of funk. I've started getting back into like my metal bag, like in my hardcore stuff. I love it so much. I dug into this band called Loathe.
Oh, I never
They're
heard of Loathe.
fucking sick. They're really good. One. Yeah. Right. And but they also have like a Deftones vibe to them. That's kind of how I found them. I found them like off like a radio on Spotify. Okay. And then I was like, this sounds like Deftones, but it's not. But I've never heard this song. And I was like, hold up. And then I looked, and it was this band named Loathe from the UK. And I saw them recently. They came with two other bands, Vended and Dying Wish, which is tight. They're tight too. And Code Orange, which is a very popular band.
I like Code Orange, actually. I'm pretty sure I have some of their music on myself.
Yeah, so they came a couple months ago, or last month, earlier May. I don't remember. Maybe late April. It was late April. Mm-hmm. And badass. Nice. I felt like shit that whole show just because I really was coming down with like a little cold. Oh, shit. But it was such a good show. And it was at Secret Group, but it was tight. But yeah, I also listen, of course, I listen to my friends. I listen to Dende. I listen to Dende. Shout the fuck out to Dende. Yes, sir, you. Yes.
I like his on the street videos that he does.
They're so funny. The sex questions.
That's cracking me up.
They're so funny.
He's someone I would want to have on here.
You should ask him, yeah, for sure. And shit. I mean,
you listen to any
I'm just terrible at answering things on the spot.
I'd say like maybe like more. Who do you listen to like more mainstream? Do you jam to like any of the radio kind of people?
Kind of. No, I'm just like I don't even know what I listen to anymore. Huh.
I'm the same way in terms of like anything really. Like if I put shuffle, it'd be like a gang of shit that I like. Mm-hmm. Like
I like Summer Walker.
Summer Walker's cool, bro. I like her a lot.
She's funny. I like Summer Walker. I love Doja Cat. SZA. I've been a fan of both of them for many moons.
Oh yeah.
So, let's see. Oh my God, I yet to finish Kendrick's album.
Oh shit.
Reason being, cause I started listening to it, and then right at like Purple Hearts, I was like, I gotta
halfway.
It was like a couple weeks ago. I had like 1 full week of work left. Okay. And I was like, let me listen to this when I have absolutely nothing to do because that shit was gutting. Yeah. I was like,
It's heavy shit, bro.
It is heavy, and it was a lot of it was like, I don't know, like I kind of just like heard what, as most people do, like you just hear what he's saying, and I'm just like, fuck, I need to listen to the rest of it. Like I need to listen to the rest of it when I don't have to go in at 8 a.m. and take care of 12 screaming children. So so I'm like, let me get through this week of work, and now I'm unemployed, but chasing the dream. But it's a reality. It's a reality. But like, I really need to get back to it.
Yeah, man.
For sure, because I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready. It's so fucking good. I was freaking out.
I've seen mixed things, but man, me and my boy Eric, we've been. That's all we've been talking about at work. Honestly, it's such a great album, and the more I listen to it,
he's so fucking brilliant.
He is, bro. The more I listen to it, the more I'm just like, God damn, what the fuck is he on right now? Like I said, no one. I mentioned the Nicki episode. We recorded that before the album came out. Mm-hmm. No one's doing music like him, bro. No one's doing music like him at all. And he's just like, I think that's what I love about him the most, is that like he has such creativity in the shit, and like it's just so unique the way he puts everything together, bro. Honest, and then add on that everything's like well produced, well written, deep as fuck. Like he ticks all the boxes consistently, so I'm just like, God, it's just
like I saw everything, even from what I listened to. Like I probably listened to Purple Heart is probably like track 8. I don't know, but it's
that's the one before the second half, before the Big Steppers, I think.
So I listened up to there, and then I was like, holy fucking shit. I was like, I saw all of it in my head.
Yeah, We Cried Together, the one where the two arguing.
Oh my god,
arguing couples, produced my boy Alchemist. Shout out to Alchemist.
That one was wild.
That's wild. I got Eminem like him vibes from it, to be honest with you.
God damn, the whole time I'm just like,
yeah, it was so crazy. I think the first time I heard it, I was in the car just driving around.
I was definitely in the car. What was I doing? I had just left. What did I do? I was just hanging out. I think. I was hanging out with a couple of my my musicians, Ben and Brad.
Shout out to Ben and Brad.
And I was like, oh, like Kendrick's album, this and that. And then one of my other bandmates, Marcel, shout out to Marcel, was like, Kendrick dropped, and we're like, oh shit,
it's a thing.
Oh shit,
it's a thing,
oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then we played it, and then we were just kind of like, we were geeked the whole fucking time.
Yeah, I was pretty geeked.
And then I listened to, when I dropped them off, I listened to We Cry Together on the way home, and I was like,
yes, that's the reaction. It's so fucking good, bro. So well done. So everything is just like, what the fuck? Who thinks it? Again, like, no one. No one, bro. It's just like...
That was crazy.
That's a crazy song. Very you know which got me? Father Time, where he's talking about like his relationship with his dad and stuff like that. And, bro, that one just fucking... Yeah, even if I hear it now, I'm just kind of like, oof. Eyes getting a little watery. And I don't even have daddy issues like that. My dad's alright. Like,
yeah, me and my dad vibe.
Yeah, my dad and my stepdad, we're all like pretty cool now. So it's just
right.
But it's just, I don't know, man. It just really hits you hard. It's just such a deep personal album, and like you said, you could just like imagine exactly what the fuck he's talking about. And to be honest with you, the second half is like fucking probably double deep.
Oh fuck yeah, that's it.
Double deep.
Whoop.
Shout out to Brittany and shout out to Fern for giving me that mouse pad. Such a good show.
It's Cowboy Beat.
Such a good show.
Cowboy B boobs.
B boobs. But it ain't gonna get any more jovial on the second half. Tino, I'm just gonna let you know right now.
All right, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks for the heads up.
But yeah, definitely. Well, how do you usually listen to music? I meant to ask Nikki this when he was here, but when you put on a track, is it headphones? Is it car? What do you usually gravitate to? Some new shit, like a Kendrick or like someone else that you're interested in.
I'm terrible at being still sometimes, so I like to listen to music in the car.
Okay.
Because I know if I lay down, I'm probably gonna fall asleep to it. But I'm trying to get, I guess, out of the behavior of listening to music in the car, because that's a terrible way to waste gas. Because I love to drive around, and that's awful in this economy.
I enjoy driving around too, but now it is kind of like
yeah. You know? But I mean, yeah, like I do like listen. I just like listening to music in any way that I can. I like listening to music when I clean. Just like in bed or whatever. Exercise, yeah. If I usually listen, if I'm trying to focus on it, I have to like find a good time for me to focus on it. Like when it's like a really long album like that, I have to like listen to it. Like I can't be doing anything else.
Not for you. Well, I listen to it at work. But at work, I work at a warehouse. I've done it for so long that it's kind of like just like muscle memory,
yeah, you know? No, I know what that's like.
Yeah, so like I was able to like enjoy it, but even then I was like stopping and being like, what the fuck?
Everyone's like, you okay, bro? Like, yeah, no.
Bro, he's totally spazzing right now. How is it like? Because you write rhymes and you're a rapper. How is it like? Yeah, how is it hearing someone like that, bro? Who's like making that kind of like shit, that kind of like well-rounded music? Do you draw inspiration from it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I tend to make really good music, or I tend to write my best stuff when I listen to really good music. If that makes any sense. Like it's almost like emulating, you know what I mean? Like I can draw inspiration from anything as long as I can. I don't know. Yeah, like, sure. Like I can write some deep shit if I'm listening to deep shit. You know, I'm not gonna write any deep shit listening to Tisa Korean. You know, I'm gonna write some fucking funny shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, like that's why I was like, dude, I have to listen to this like whenever I have nothing left, so that I can just like once I listen to it and just like write whatever I can to it, because it's been such a long time.
It has since 2017. That's forever, bro.
Since I've been able to just like write shit.
Oh, okay.
To just like sit down, because I mean I've always been working. I've always had a job, or I've always been distracted, or I've always had something to do. Like I'm just like I need to focus. I need to fucking focus and really just apply myself. And I know like when I heard that album, I was like, this is going to give me so much push and so much release of just like pent up for the past few years, you know what I mean? Like since Colorful and the pandemic, all that, it's just gonna really help me organize and just get it all out, rather, you know what I mean? Like I can do all the organizing later, but it's just gonna really help me channel everything that I've gone through, everything that I've dealt with, et cetera, and everything that's happened for the past 5 or so years, et cetera, and get it out on paper, because I was like, I had to stop. So I was like,
I completely agree with you. I think it's a great, I won't say tool, but it's a great like vessel to like just translate all that shit you got going on, bro. It's an awesome album, and even though it is deep and it does get heavy at times, there's a lot of like self-love shit, man.
It's what we need.
He's like appreciative of himself, and kind of like, it's honestly like just a therapy session on wax. It's insane what he was able to accomplish with that shit, to be honest with you. Because like, to hear him that vulnerable, he's been vulnerable before, but to hear him that kind of like vulnerable on like certain songs, especially on the second half, it's just a breath of fresh air, you know?
Yeah, no, that's
to hear an artist at that level, who I consider like one of the greats, especially like just contemporarily, modern, I should say, like a modern artist. I'm gonna use the word modern.
Okay. Yeah, it works.
Like for an artist like that who's at that level, and we've seen it a little bit with like Jay-Z with 444, shit like that, you know, certain albums that people are like vulnerable on, but like he's really putting everything out there, bro. He's really putting everything out there, and it's refreshing. For me, it's refreshing as a listener, being like, damn, like his business is out on Front Street. It's like on this record. Yeah.
Respect
to Kendrick. Shout out to Kendrick. I wonder how long his break is gonna be from now to his next one, because that was his last album on TDE. He has a new label, PG Lang. So I'm curious if he's gonna like cap off the year with like surprise motherfucker, here's like another album, or if he's gonna go on another hiatus and just take a little break.
I guess we'll find out.
It's interesting.
Now we have to wait.
Man.
Let him do what he wants to do now.
Let him do what he gotta do.
Honestly, he did all that. It's just, it was kind of like a like running a marathon. Then he just sprinted the way out, and then it's just like, all right, leave me the fuck alone. Whatever you want to do, Kendrick, we're here for it.
I'm cool with that, bro. Yeah. I like when artists take little breaks. I think it's important for them and for the listener. You let the work breathe. You know, I feel like everything's consumed like kind of quick now. Mm-hmm. Everything's like bite sized, and you definitely don't want your album to be bite sized. You want to just let it breathe and shit like that. At least that's what I would want as a consumer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just gotta let it do what it does.
Do what it does.
And do what they do.
Hell yeah. Before we go, we mentioned the Billboard article earlier, and I wanted to get into a little bit of what you discussed there, talking about being a trans artist in Houston. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I just wanted to know, how was that? When did you realize? This is off topic, but when I typed, like, if you were comfortable talking about this,
yeah,
I had typed trans and the flag came out, and I was like, that's a dope ass flag. Not gonna lie, the flag's pretty fucking clean, bro. That flag is pretty fucking clean. That's off topic, but how was it for you? Like, how was it for you just being an artist, bro? One, as a person, first of all, how was that? And second of all, how was it kind of transitioning that? No pun intended. To the art. How did you feel about that, and how was it for you?
I spent a really long time, of course, kind of like discovering and really feeling out and seeing things. Of course, on the internet, amongst people that I knew, amongst people that I had seen, and even just like met in passing. That I was just like, I'm not 100%, and I think it wasn't until like I got into my first relationship and being called somebody's GF, and I was like, this feels fucking weird. But okay, yeah, I mean, I'm here doing it. I mean, there's like small ticks that that I kind of felt in my, I guess, coming of age, which I would say was probably like 18 to 22. I decided to just like, call old identity quits at like 22. So I was like, yeah, all right, I guess we're doing this. And I kind of told some friends, and I told my family, and it's coming out's never easy. I mean, it was hard the first time, and it's not gonna be.
How was it for you, and how did your family take it?
I mean, my family mostly just took it. I mean, in a nutshell, I try not to think about how they took it, because it was like kind of a situation where, no one's really that educated on what it is. And, I was seen once as their baby girl, and now it's like, hey, but that's not who I am. And then it's just like, well, I raised you, fed you, and this and that. So, and it can kind of, for a parent, it's just more difficult, I can see. But every parent is different, and I feel like now the progression, honestly, is impressive. It's a little bit easier, I guess, but I can never speak on their behalf. But I definitely have support, which I'm very grateful and blessed to have. And I have support definitely from my friends. And, and even then, when I had came out to some people that I was friends with at the time, it was like, some people were like, oh, well, if that's what you want to do, like, I mean, I guess go for it, but I don't know, and you would have, you would kind of have like some chit chat, and I'm just like, well, there wasn't any need for you to say this thing about that. This is how I feel. All you have to say is love you, support you, wish you the best. Like, I don't need any asides from anybody, it was just, but I mean, no extra shit, just kind of be like, okay, cool. But I mean, again, like, it's just something that you get from everybody. I mean, even then now, like, I posted a TikTok about like my 2 years being on T, and I got a bunch of bullshit comments in the comments, like just a bunch of like negative things, but I'm digitally like immune to that. Like, I don't. And honestly, it took me a while to get there, because when I was younger, when I was like 19 or so, I was on Vine, and I had gained a pretty big following on Vine, and I would see a shitload of fucked up comments, like
to do with that.
Yes, like thousands of like really mean shit, and And it wasn't even when I was identifying as trans yet. Like I was just still my old self. And
but seeing that kind of shit could, you know.
Yeah, like seeing all of that back then, you know, at the time I was like, fuck, like why were people saying things like that, you know? And then the more it kind of came, like it kind of really desensitized me in a negative way to where I was just kind of like growing really guarded and cold and kind of mean and like not so much open to like meeting people or being cool with people, because I mean at that point I was just like,
you're protecting yourself,
bro. I was drained.
Yeah.
I was pretty drained from it. And then I was also in a relationship that wasn't good for me at the time. And I was also in a position where, you know, I was working something where I was not seeing the sunshine at all. Like, that's awful. Literally, I was not outside.
Overnight? Was it some overnight shit?
No, I was a basketball manager at UH, the women's basketball manager, and I was always inside or doing their laundry, like for the practice clothes. I was constantly indoors and having to do like homework and stuff. Like I barely saw the light of day. I barely got to have any fucking fun.
That's not good for you, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't having any fun. We were always losing. Like no one on the team got along. Like it was, my girlfriend was cheating on me. Like it was depressing. Like I was peak depression because I wrote a lot of great shit at the time, and that's not nice to say, but
I mean,
but like
sometimes that's the case, man. Sometimes
yeah,
it's the case. Like a lot of great art comes from pain.
Yeah, and all I had was Vine to really, and music and writing rather, to cope with it, because you know I could use Vine to be funny and just kind of like bullshit. But I would see a bunch of fucked up comments and stuff like that, but yeah, you get past it. Like I said, now I just like don't even care. Like I see people commenting something and they really think they're doing something, and I'm just like, you guys are fucking stupid. Yeah. Like it's silly.
It's silly, especially like.
It's like, who cares? Like, if that's the way you think, bro, like, that's fine. But what am I going to do? I'm not going to entertain it at all. Like, what? It does nothing for me to entertain it. Yeah, and I appreciate people who do come behind me and will, like, say some shit. But it's just, like, at the end of the day, it's like, for what it's worth, like, what is it really going to do? These people are going to be stupid their whole lives.
Yeah, they're ignorant. And like you said, most of the time, just they're not educated on the... on the subject.
Yeah, like some people just aren't educated, and some people just refuse to be educated, and some people are
that's
just...
That's the thing, bro. If you're willing to learn. Like, I wasn't educated on it, to be honest with you. I didn't even know you were trans at all. I was like, damn. Brittany told me, and I was like, what? I had no idea. So you got me.
But yeah, dog, like... you just grow really, like, aware. Like, that's what's gonna happen. I mean, I feel like the one time... the last time I would say that it really hurt my feelings, someone had yelled an obscenity at me.
During a show or just
after a show? I didn't play, but it was after a show that I was at Axelrad, and somebody drove by and yelled something very inappropriate, and I was like, and I was already having just like a weird, like, unbalanced night. It was I just wasn't feeling good, and that was kind of like the cherry on top. And I heard something, and I was like, okay, I'm like, this is the last time I'm gonna let any bullshit fucking hurt my feelings, because that sucked. And I don't feel the need to give value or instill any value into anybody's words that aren't going to do me well.
Wasting any of your energy
exactly.
On that, you know?
It's like, is the way that I'm feeling worth what they're saying? Absolutely not, because what they're saying is empty. It means nothing. And it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with them. So, and that was the last time. Now I see people say shit like that. I'm just like, you're either uneducated, you refuse to get educated, or you're just an internet fucking troll.
Most of the time it's trolls, bro. And you want to go to Twitter, back to Twitter, a lot of trolls, you know? You look at some comment section, and especially recently, I don't know what's been going on, but I just see like a lot of shit that I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and it's weird because like it's sad. It's meme shit, but like at the same time, I'm like, bro, there's a difference between like a fucking meme and like trying to hurt someone's feelings. Like I see a lot of negative shit towards women, like a bunch of shit like that all over Twitter, especially. I'm like, why? Like, what are you guys doing right now, bro?
Yeah, no, like,
it's almost they dedicated their like internet time to just being like a fucking troll and like being like.
It just shows you like what people really value, and like that's sad. It's like people just need self-validation by being annoying as fuck and stupid.
Yeah. Like, why waste your time on that, bro? What else do you want to do? Do you want to like fucking write a book? Do you want to color like some shit? Do you want to paint?
Do you want to
like,
color?
Do you want to do anything
color,
other
Nico?
than like just waste your time?
Stupid.
You know what I mean?
Stupid. Fuck them. Fuck the internet trolls.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to ask you one more topic on that. How do you feel about? Because for me, trans issues aren't my issues. I'm not trans, and hey, man, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how I feel like I can't speak on it. But I feel like a lot of people feel like they can speak on it. You know, you see like an athlete, like a former or a man who transitioned to a woman excelling in a sport, and everyone will be like, oh, you see, this is why we got, you know, shit like that. I'm just like, bro, you guys aren't in the community, and you guys are just speaking not out of your ass, but you're just speaking, you know, you're not, they're like giving the voice to people who I feel like not necessarily shouldn't get the voice. Everyone has their opinion, but why not ask a trans person about these issues? You know what I mean? That's why I feel like they just never directed to you guys. It's always directed towards like the general or like the people when some of these issues are going to affect them, you know?
Yeah, and a lot of that is because, you know, it's almost like a way of pandering in a sense where, you know, it's like, you know, this person who could be an ally or something, you know, is like, hey, look, trying to show other cisgender people, like cisgender being you were born that way and you're totally cool with it. And like, hey, like this is a thing and you need to be okay with it because I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And then because God forbid you make a transgender person the face of trans rights issues, because then it'll scare people who don't understand it away. But it's a thing that's definitely coming of age, even though it's been a thing forever. I mean, everything's been a thing forever. I mean, it's since before the beginning of time, before Jesus Christ. There were trans people that existed then. There were gay people that existed then. There were
I mean, you look
all
at
sorts of people
in Greece back in the day, way back in the day, and so
history will forever and always repeat itself. You know, now it's just being, I don't know, I guess it's just we have more of a platform and more, I guess, an acceptance rate to be ourselves and to be more open about it and to use our voice, and also, like, I guess the right amount of fed up in our systems to just really, you know, just like put our foot down and be like, hey, like, I mean, I don't understand why people are so pressed over it. I mean, there's people, like I said in that video I posted, pressed about that I have or that I'm taking testosterone, and they're like, I was born a man and I have to take it. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, your T's not T'ing, bro. Mine's not either. That's why I take it. Like, like,
that has nothing
are
to
you
do
afraid?
with you,
yeah, it's like, are you afraid that the trans people are going to, I guess, oversaturate and like cause the T supply to just plummet? Like, what is the big fucking concern here, bro? Do some squats. Like, this is where all the T's at, baby. It's all in the thighs. Jesus. But it's a thing, like, you know, the more people are vocal about it and the more trans representation is brought into light, into, you know, stuff like the arts and movies and just in general politics, you know, like, and politics is probably the most radical place for it as well, because it's easy. I mean, maybe not, you know, but for me personally, it's easy for me to talk about my issues or what I go through, my experiences, my journeys and stuff like that. It's easy for me to do that. And as easy it is, it's also equally dangerous, but I don't see it as danger because I am doing this for a purpose. And, you know, of course there's, you know, actors that are open about it and are openly, you know, talking about these and stuff like that. But it's just really the spotlight, like who's giving them the mic right now? That's not a lot of people. So, I mean, whether or not, let's say myself or the other artist that was featured, Pink Star, is getting that spotlight, you know, if we're getting like a side stage, I mean, we're making our part, and we're doing our part in making those efforts so that, you know, the representation is there, and not only the representation but the education, and just let people know, like, hey, look, I was just born fucking different. Yeah. And it's like, you should be blessed to...
You were born yourself.
You should be blessed to be born who you are, no matter who it is and who you are. There was times where I really fucking hated myself and had to mask it. But I mean, as I got older, I learned to like really appreciate being uncomfortable for such a long time. And then, you know, just kind of be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And then knowing that, you know, there are things that I can change and there are things that I can't change, and I know the difference between the two, and I know how to make myself happy. And I think as long as I show gratitude and also, I guess, be myself unapologetically, then I mean, I'm doing what I can for my community and myself as well. Mm-hmm. And, you know, being able to be loud about that is something that I'm doing for the community, that I do for all of us. I do basically like standing up for people who feel like they can't stand up for themselves. Mm-hmm. And I feel like as the platform grows and as, I guess, as my name grows as well, you know, that I would hope that I will have others behind me, and other trans kids and trans artists will be, I guess, brave enough or prepared to really stand up for themselves. And that's not only just to society. You know, it's hard. You know, it's hard for people who don't have families that are supportive, which is why I had said earlier, you know, I'm very blessed and grateful that, you know, like, even though there's some weird, everyone's got their own weird coming out experience and stories that, you know, in the end, things iron out. There are some people whose parents that are grateful and totally accepting off the rip.
Yeah.
It's just different. I mean, because everybody, even parents, you know, everybody grows up differently and valuing different things. Their parents value different things, and it's a lot of learning and unlearning. But, you know, as time goes on, you know, as long as you can find, I guess, a family outside of that family, depending on, you know, who's supportive and not, you know, you've got it all. And it's important to be grateful with who supports and who shows the most love. And it's important to really decipher that as you get older, and intuitively as well, because sometimes, you know, you try to seek validation where there is none, and really the only validation that we need is within ourselves. And it's important to really water that seed.
That is the amazing fucking point to end on. That was very powerful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will link down the Billboard article as well as Uncle Tino's socials. Might even link the video if the video is out by then. We shall see. But for now, I've been your host, Cesar Perez.
I'm Uncle Tino, and I am on the Thinking Boy podcast.
Hey.
In the middle of the night when your water bottle pops.
That's Till next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.
Boom. Fuck yeah, bro. That was amazing. That was really, really good.
Thanks, man.